What's going on, guys? Today, I'm going to tell you the top 5 things to consider when you're trying to figure out where to put your chicken coop, no matter where you live. I don't care if you're out in the country on the farm or you're in a small little lot in the city. This video is for everyone. Number 5, shade is better. If you have the ability to take your chicken coop and put it in a shady spot, absolutely do it. Heat is what kills the chickens. It's what stresses out the chickens. But the good news is, with a coop like ours, where we have a solid roof over the entire run, you don't have to worry about it. But again, if you have a shady spot, absolutely take advantage of that. Number 4, take advantage of a underutilized spot. No matter how much land you have, or if you're in the city, or if you're out in the country, try to find a spot too that is something that you would never use for anything else. And what I mean by that is, so many times when we do site surveys, when we show up and we're walking the property trying to figure out, hey, where should we put the chicken coop? 9 times out of 10, the best spot is an area that has been underutilized. They would never use it. And one of the reasons why they never use it is because it's a shady spot. So think about it. You could look around your property right now, and most likely you're going to see a spot that you don't have the playground in because you didn't want it in the shade, you didn't want it into the trees. For whatever reason, it just didn't make sense for any part of your life to have in that spot. But a chicken coop, I will almost guarantee you there's a 99.9% chance that is a perfect spot for your coop. So it's underutilized, and I just love that. I think it's just something to absolutely consider. Number 3, don't put your coop in a wet area. You don't want to put your coop in an area that you know gets wet. Let's take a look at a Carolina coop. We got a roof over the entire run, and it's meant to keep the run dry. And I always tell you guys, you'd rather have a dry problem than a wet problem. I know we don't say that very often, but in this case, you'd rather have a dry problem than a wet problem. It's easier to go into the run and mist it down, be the weather person, control the environment there, instead of having no control over getting lots of rain. Now, when you look at your land, what you're gonna be looking about is you already know where the water's going. And again, it doesn't matter if you're out in the country or if you're in the city, make sure wherever that runoff is, it's not going through the coop. Let's say you're in one of those situations, no matter what, Matt, the only spot I can put it, I got a river running through it. Well, here's why this is going to be a problem. The last thing you want is the run area getting wet, because that's just going to promote all kinds of problems like bacteria. It's going to cause sanitation issues. It's going to make your chickens not happy, but there are ways around it. It would just might require a little bit more work, but who wants more work if they don't need it? So if you don't have to put it in a wet area, just don't do that. Number 2, this is my absolute favorite, the orientation of the chicken coop. I hate to even say number 2 because this is actually one of the things I'm most passionate about. But when I tell you number 1, you're gonna say, okay, that is more important than number 2. So number 2 is orientation of the chicken coop. I cannot tell you how many times when we're doing a site survey or we show up with their chicken coop for the first time, we ask the customer, where do you want it? They probably have picked out a good spot, but I don't like the orientation for many reasons. When I look at a chicken coop, like right now, the angle that we're looking at, this is what I would consider the side or the front or the show side, okay? Most of my customers, I find at first, they actually want to flip it around where the back of the hen house, that, you know, we call it the back, a lot of people think that's the front, but that's not fun, okay? Think about when you are, maybe you got this coop in your backyard and you're going out to your patio to drink your morning coffee or whatever, and you want to sit there and see your chickens come down in the morning, scratch and work inside the run. Don't block that wonderful view, that wonderful moment by turning the coop around and you can't see it because the back of the hen house is blocking all that. Also, orientation really goes into number 1. And again, no matter where you live, this is the number 1 thing to always think about where to put your coop: accessibility. It means nothing if you can't do your part for your chickens. So when we talk about accessibility, make sure not only can you walk around, get to your feeder hopper, dump the feed in there, the magical spot to be able to come over here, open up your egg hutch. You know, you got to have lots of room. And a lot of people have made the mistake where they get it just too darn close to the fence. Good morning, baby. How you doing? Do you like the accessibility? How many more days? Okay. So accessibility for the egg hutch, and then really, really important, if we come around here on the business end, very, very important about accessibility. So again, talking about accessibility, this is one of the most important areas to make sure you have access, because especially with our chicken coops, all right? When you go to Open up the back hen house doors. Our doors are almost 3 foot wide, so we got to make sure we have tons of room here, but you also got to make sure we have tons of room to be able to get in here with your tractor, with your wheelbarrow, whatever it is, so you have full access to the deep litter system. Accessibility is so important because, again, if you can't do your part for your chickens, what is the point to even having chickens and having a chicken coop? So make sure when you're placing your chicken coop, have room to have accessibility all the way around, not just to your egg hutch, not just to your feeder hopper, not just to the water system that's on the other side, but to be able to have access when it comes time to clean it out. And the other little fun fact you may want to think about, if you're really going to take it over the top, this should not stop you from where you can put your coop. And again, it doesn't matter if you're on a farm or out in the city, if you plan on running utilities out to your coop, remember, the further your coop is away from your home, the more it's going to cost you, the more work there's going to be, whether you're going to run water or electric. Now, truth be told, especially with a coop like ours, you don't have to run water or electric. Your chickens will do just fine. But again, if you're thinking about having to run a dedicated water line or a dedicated circuit out for your chicken coop for, you want to run cameras, you want to have Christmas lights, what have you, sounds like fun, just keep that in mind. If you guys are new to this channel, make sure you take advantage of this video right here. Go check it out, and we're going to let you know exactly how many chickens you should have and what size chicken coop.